Hey everybody, welcome back to Unbox Analysis. Today we are here with another security thing. A little different from our last video. I know last video is not everybody's cup of tea, but Eufy reached out to me to sponsor this video with their new 2K outdoor security camera. Now, this thing is not a normal security camera. It's got all sorts of crazy features. It is completely wireless, and I think you guys are gonna like it. So we're gonna jump into the box here. We're gonna get this thing unboxed and we're gonna talk about what it has, what it does, and what it can do. And about a special little AI feature it has to know who you are and who's around you. Jumping right in, the main thing that got me excited about this is the continuous power with no plugs. Eufy states that with 3 hours of sunlight a day, it has continuous sustainable power 24/7. With their new high-density solar panel that they're putting on top. Starting out in the box, we have the quick start guide for the S220 SoloCam. That is this guy here. Couple of stickers. Then inside, right here, we have the mounts. Pretty simple mount here. What you're gonna do is you're gonna find the place you wanna put it. You're gonna screw this guy here into the exterior of the house somewhere. Main thing, you gotta make sure the top of this is open to sunlight. Then you put this little piece in here, screw it in, and then the other piece will attach directly to the camera. Super simple, screws are included, along with some extra mounts in there. Now there is a cable included. It's very important with this camera that you charge it fully before the first use. You wanna make sure it's got a good full charge, and then you get it out there, get it in the sunlight, and let it do its own thing. Also to note, apparently this model here, the solar panel on top is 1.5 times better than any of their previous models. I'm guessing it's more of a high density, higher intake. All right, so here we have the camera itself. So this is their new high density solar panel. Honestly, it doesn't even look like a solar panel. That's kind of trippy. It just looks like black plastic on top. Kind of neat. All right, here in the front, we have the lens cover. Now this lens is a 2K high definition lens with pretty decent night vision from what I hear. We'll be testing that out later in the video, absolutely. So along with the 2K resolution, this camera has a 1.6 aperture, f1.6, and it has great clarity in day or night, but again, we're going to test that. There are no monthly fees to run this camera, zero. It does connect to Google Home and Amazon Alexa. Again, we're gonna test this out as well. And it also comes with the face recognition that comes along with the Alexa type software. So once your camera gets used to you, it won't alert you every single time when it sees your face because it knows who you are. Another great fact about this build here is that an IP67 waterproof. So when you get it outside, you set it and forget it. This thing is just gonna work all weather, no matter what you're looking at, it's gonna work great. So Eufy Security is a company that focuses entirely on security. They're trying to build a smart home ecosystem that's easy to use, easy to run, and works seamlessly together. From everything I've read and a lot of their previous products, they stand by it. They do a really good job. So along with great security, great functionality, smart home integration, it can also store up to 2 months of internal data right here. It's not being stored in the cloud or anywhere else. This is being stored right here on the local device, accessible only to you or those you allow to access it. All right, let's go ahead and get it set up on the app real quick, and then we're gonna go out and we're actually gonna install this and give it some full test. Right here on the bottom, you're going to have your USB Type-C charging port covered by a nice rubber gasket. Right next to it is your sync button. I'm sure we're gonna have to use that here in just a little bit. All right, starting here, we're gonna go ahead and open up the Eufy Security app. Now inside the Eufy Security app, it's gonna give you a couple of different options to explore the interface and design. Go ahead and set up an account. Okay, once you have your account all set up, you're gonna go ahead and click Add Device. Then we're gonna select Battery Camera. Scroll down to the very bottom, you're gonna find one that says New, S220 SoloCam. You're gonna add it to your house, whatever you named your house. And then you're gonna connect it to your router. Now keep in mind, depending on how far you set this from your router, if you have a 2 gigahertz or 2.4 gigahertz and a 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi signal, I would suggest connecting it to the lower one, the 2.4, because it does have a longer range. It'll give you a little bit further range to put this out if need be. Then it's going to ask you to press the sync button for 2 seconds until you hear a beep and the LED light flashes blue. Okay, next we're going to take the actual Wi-Fi camera and we're going to use it to scan the QR code.
Connecting to the Wi-Fi network. Please wait.
Then it said out loud, connecting to the Wi-Fi network. You guys heard that there. Next, I'm going to choose front door because I plan on having this overview of the front of the building. This is my workspace / studio. So we're going to have this overlooking the parking lot, which you guys will see here in just a little bit. Okay, a couple other options we have here. Pretty important to choose. So you have optimal battery life. So the video clips will be 20 seconds and the system will automatically adjust the detection time period to reduce chances of detecting the same object twice in a short period. So basically, if you're out working in front of this camera, it's going to see that you're out there working. It's going to record that first 20 seconds. But then if it sees you continuously out there working, it's not going to keep storing it over and over and over again, which has been a huge problem with my current security system. Now, you also still have the option to record optimal surveillance, where it will just record everything, 60-second clips each time, regardless of whether or not it's you. Me personally, I'm in and out a lot. I really like the optimum battery, so I'm gonna go with that one. Then of course you have an option to do customs. So you can choose the video length, you can choose all of that kind of stuff. Then of course you can choose your different type of notification, most efficient, full effect, and to include a thumbnail. Include a thumbnail is kind of a neat option. I'm gonna go ahead and select that one. All right, so there is a notification here. Choose whichever one you'd like. But it does say in full effect and thumbnail, it does say that temporarily the first image that it takes is going to be stored on the cloud. So keep in mind whether or not that bothers you. If you don't want anything in the cloud, do not select either of those two options. Next up in the setup guide, it literally tells you how to install it, best positioning for the sunlight. But on that note, we're gonna go ahead and get outside and we're gonna install this right now. Then we will show you a couple more cool features. For the install here, you can see I've already put in the 2 screws. Next, I'm gonna put in the little gray retainer clip that is gonna help hold the ball socket in place. Then after you thread on the retainer housing, you just take the camera, go ahead and thread it on and place it in the desired direction you would like to have it in. Make sure the solar panel is facing up and the camera is in the direction you want. Now it is suggested to keep the camera away from high traffic areas, but it didn't seem to affect mine too much with the settings I chose. Overall installation time took roughly 5 minutes, and that included me having to get the ladder. Super easy install. As you can see, I had the 2 screws already in, put in this little gray retainer. This retains the ball joint that the camera mounts to so you can swivel it. It holds it really well in position once you have it tightened. No issues there at all. Overall, super easy setup on the app. Once I got it going, it found the device, it connected, and then I decided really cool functionality with this is setting it up with ALEXA. So I went through the site. I had to go to the skills portion of the app for this, and I added it. After I added it, it found the camera almost immediately. But overall, as you can see right here, it was super easy to set up. I just tell it to show me the front door. It pops up live. I can record, I can talk through this to the camera. I can talk back and forth. Here I'm gonna show you a quick clip of how the audio sounds coming from outside. This is an audio test on what the Eufy camera will hear. You're talking from about 10 feet away. So again, if you have to talk to somebody outside, it works. Now I will say from about 5-6 feet away, even with traffic, I could still hear the camera talking back. All right, one last thing to check. Let's go ahead and check out what it looks like in the dark. So if you take a look here, you can see what it looks like, and it is pitch black outside. Don't let it fool you. You can see the car go by with their headlights on. Overall, with the ease of use, the solar charging, the lack of wires, the crazy easy install, I'm gonna give this one a big recommend. So if you want to check this out, there's going to be links down in the description below, as well as a discount code. Make sure to go check them out. Thanks again, Eufy, for sponsoring this video, and we'll see you on the next one.